Well, we finally made it. NBA playoffs are, well, next weekend. And today's April 13th. We just got the bracket and we're going to fill it out today. And yeah, let's just get this out the way. Playing teams, it's going to be the Grizzlies and Warriors, and then it's going to be the Hawks and Magic. I don't really care who comes out the East. They're both losing round one. Spoiler alert. And then for the West, I think the Thunder are going to beat whoever they play. Rockets, the matchups differ. But for now, I got them playing the Warriors. I will update this after the play in, just to make sure, like, if anything changes. But yeah, we're going to start in the Western Conference since that's the conference we care most about. We got OKC versus Memphis. OKC is going to win this in like 5-6 games. The reason I say that, Memphis can't defend right now. Memphis is completely lost. They're out of sorts. Anything they have over OKC and what you would think, yeah, OKC just goes above and beyond that. There's not much else to say. It's going to be electric, Ja versus SGA, but OKC in 5. It's going to be quick. Denver versus Los Angeles. This is going to be the highlight matchup for me personally. Just kidding. The next series is. I don't even know why I was saying that, but this is going to be a good series. LA, not the Lakers. They got Avisa Zubac playing at a high level. He's one of the best centers in the NBA right now. James Harden, we got to worry about playoff Harden since playoff Harden is very suspect. Norman Powell is playing out of his mind. Everybody around the team is playing very good basketball right now as two-way players. Clippers are very deep. They're very good defensively, and they have one of the best coaches in the league. And then Kawhi Leonard. We always got to worry about if Kawhi is going to be healthy in the playoffs. Right now, it looks like he will be. Let me knock on wood real quick. But yeah, Kawhi Leonard in the playoffs is definitely going to be a difference maker. But right now, the Nuggets can't guard anybody. They got a lot of turmoil. We don't know what to expect from Jamal Murray. Playoff Murray didn't show up last year. The defense is so horrible. And with all the weapons the Clippers got, I don't see a world where the Nuggets can win this unless Jokic and Murray go off for some generational performances, because right now it doesn't look good. They're going to need Kawhi to get hurt. They're going to need some performances for the ages to carry them through this. And because of that, I'm going to go with the Clippers in 6 games, even though Clippers, you can't trust them. So that could look like a horrible take, but right now, I just don't love the Nuggets. And I think the Nuggets are going home round one, and they're going to end up trading a lot of players and having to rebuild their roster, from the ground up. Next series. This is going to be the most entertaining series, unless the Rockets and Warriors play. Then it's a toss-up. Minnesota at Los Angeles. Lakers, man, Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Austin Reeves. They got one of the best offensive trios in the league, probably the best offensive trio in the league. There's not going to be many answers for this trio. However, their defense will be suspect because, well, Luka and LeBron don't play defense. Let's just leave it at that. And Austin Reeves, I mean, he's kind of a cone, and they don't got a true interior shot blocking presence. But with that being said, Minnesota, Rudy Gobert, your anchor on defense. He's going to be unplayable in this series because you know why? Luka and LeBron and even Austin Reeves are just going to expose them and get pick and rolls. They're just going to abuse the pick and roll. So Naz Reid, you're going to have a legacy series if you want to win this series. Lakers are going to play small ball the entire series since no one's threatened by Rudy Gobert. It's going to make life a lot harder for Anthony Edwards. Depends on how well the shooting is. Julius Randle, he's going to have to play really well. Ultimately, though, I just don't have as much confidence in the Timberwolves as I do in the Lakers. Now, Timberwolves could win the series very much. I wouldn't be surprised if the Timberwolves won because you look at the Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards, and the supporting cast. Right now, the only question about this team is their offense because their defense, when they're on, and it's a very good defense. But if they can match the offensive production the Lakers have, they're going to have a really good chance of winning the series because, listen, Lakers aren't a great defensive team. I know the numbers say otherwise right now, but when you look at it from a perspective, numbers are one thing. The eye test is another thing. And with the eye test, the Timberwolves have a good chance of winning the series simply because of the defensive issues the Lakers have. But I'm not going to go against Luka, who sent them home last year, or LeBron James, who is one of the greatest players to play this game, top 2. He is dealing with a groin injury, LeBron, though. But I just don't see how we can just move past the Lakers and not pick them here. I mean, Minnesota's going to have to play a hell of a series if they want to win this. And ultimately, that's why I am going to take the Lakers because I just don't have confidence in the Timberwolves. They're way too inconsistent of a team. Now, could they prove me wrong? Absolutely. I'm going to be rooting for Minnesota. I don't want the Lakers to win any games. I want the Lakers to go 0-4. But Minnesota, I don't have the confidence in you right now. And unfortunately, with that being said, I'm going to have to take the Lakers here in 6 games because I do think Minnesota will take 2 because Anthony Edwards is going to get on a heater. He's going to find a matchup he likes. But ultimately, he doesn't got enough around him. And their anchor on defense is unplayable in the series. The next series matchup, we got the Houston Rockets versus the Golden State Warriors. Obviously, these two teams do not like each other one bit. It's that simple. Houston, I mean, what can I say? Houston's one of the best young teams in the NBA. They cannot shoot the ball, however. The Warriors can shoot the ball. But Houston's physicality and having multiple defenders they can throw at Steph Curry will make this series very interesting because I think Steph Curry could very well get neutralized here. And with Jimmy Butler being one of the smarter players, though, that can score, I think Jimmy Butler is going to be the best player in the series because the Rockets defense, they're very athletic, but they're also prone to jumping a lot. Alperen Sengun, I don't know how much of a factor he's going to be in the series because you look at him on defense, he's pretty much a cone. But, he could prove me wrong. He could prove us all wrong. But Alperen Sengun is definitely going to be a big key in this series. But ultimately, I think with Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler against a youth team that can't shoot the ball, has Jalen Green, who Jalen Green has been very good this year, but if he doesn't play well, the team's not going to be able to beat the Warriors or anybody in the playoffs because he's their best shooter from the outside, and he's the one that can make this team go. And if he's not playing well, the team's not going to play well. And ultimately, because of that, I think the Warriors are going to figure out how to neutralize him in a 5-game series. I mean, a best of 7 series, sorry. And because of that, I gotta pick the Warriors. I mean, Houston they're a good team. They just can't score. The Warriors, their biggest deficiency is size. I don't care about Alperen Sengun right now. Like, I'm not entertained by it against this Warriors team that has a high IQ and knows how to play the game. Sengun can make up for it with his passing and his touch inside, but ultimately, he's not the biggest person. He is not a shot blocker, and the Warriors are going to have a field day with him at the 5. And Draymond Green guarding him, I don't want to see what happens to Sengun. Since Sengun has a habit of bringing the ball down, Draymond Green has a habit of taking the ball when it's brought down from a center. There's just so much that could go wrong for Sengun and the Rockets that I just don't have the confidence to select them in my bracket. Very well could win this. They very well could make a conference finals run, and I am underrating them by eliminating them here, but I'm going to have to rock with Golden State. And I know it's going to be a popular pick, but Warriors are going to move on in about 6 games over the Rockets. The second round of the Western Conference playoffs, we got OKC versus LA in my eyes. OKC versus LA is going to be a great series if Kawhi Leonard's healthy because I don't think the Thunder have an answer for Kawhi. I don't think anybody has an answer for a fully locked in, healthy Kawhi. Kawhi is that good at basketball. Now, OKC, though, they have the ability to make James Harden and Visa Zubac and even Norman Powell non-factors. I think Norman Powell is going to have a takeover series next to Kawhi Leonard if Kawhi's healthy. Got to say that every time you talk about the Clippers in the playoffs. But James Harden, I don't think is going to be a factor in the series at all. Whoever's guarding him is going to make his life a hell, knowing his playoff track record and just the Thunder's scheme defensively. Like, the Thunder are too pesky, too physical, and overall just too much for James Harden, right? And that's how I look at it. James Harden, if he has a good series against the Thunder, I think the Thunder will go home to the Clippers, but I'm not confident in James Harden too, even though he shut me up for most of the season. I'm not a James Harden guy. I like to slander him a little bit. It's just because of his playoff track record. And it's kind of ironic talking about him in the playoffs again right now. And oh no, man, I don't think playoff Harden is going to be up for a series against OKC. And ultimately, that's why I think OKC is going to win in 6 games. It's going to be a great series. Don't get me wrong. But if you got James Harden, not being able to do nothing against this OKC team, then you're going to be cooked. But with that being said, OKC only has one true offensive player, and if J-Dub don't show up, if Chet Holmgren don't want to score, and everybody else goes quiet like they did last postseason, I mean, the Clippers could walk away with this series. I mean, Derrick Jones Jr., good matchup on SGA. There's a lot to love about the Clippers team, but I really want to pick the Clippers to win this series. Last year I picked the Mavericks over OKC, but I just don't think OKC is going to lose this early this year, and that's why I'm going to take the Thunder in 6 games, even though the Clippers probably going to win it. I can't even lie. Moving down to the playoff series of the playoffs, we're going to have the Lakers Warriors. It's basically scripted for this. I feel like we're going to see these two teams play. I would be very surprised if we don't see a Lakers Warriors series. And with that being said, it's going to be a small ball series. Jimmy Butler and Steph Curry versus Luka Doncic and LeBron James. It's going to come down to who has the better third option. Austin Reeves is the better third option. However, playoff Jimmy is undeniable. Playoff Curry is an assassin. Playoff Curry finally has help. We haven't seen Curry with help in some time. Team is suspect with size. Lakers don't have that size to exploit the Warriors. Warriors have had a tendency to, how do I say, be inconsistent, like amplify. I don't know. They're extremely inconsistent at times outside of their superstars. Playoff Jimmy. If Playoff Jimmy shows up, Warriors are going to win this series. It's that simple. I don't think Lakers will have enough defensive help to be able to stop playoff Jimmy and Steph Curry, the assassin. It's ridiculous. Now, Luka Doncic and LeBron James are assassins in their own right, but we've seen playoff Jimmy take down teams he had no business beating by himself, and now he's got Steph Curry. He's got shooting around him. I mean, Miami could shoot, but like, I don't know. I don't know. Playoff Jimmy shows up, the Warriors are going to win. But the Lakers, man, listen, Warriors aren't going to have answers. They are already bad enough on the perimeter. Steph Curry's going to be put in every pick and roll action. LeBron and Luka are going to go at him. With no interior shot blocker, LeBron and Luka are going to get downhill and score at will in many cases. Austin Reeves is taking over. JJ Redick's playbook, I mean, the Warriors got no answer for that playbook. And if this were the Rockets, I think it'd be much more interesting, since I do think the Rockets would beat the Lakers. But right now, I can't say that's going to happen. And with that, I'm going to honestly have to take the Lakers here, because the Warriors aren't going to be able to stop Luka or LeBron. And when it boils down to is, I just got more confidence in that. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it. Like, I trust the systems and plays and defense of the Lakers more than I trust the Warriors. The Warriors are going to win the first series, but it's going to be a repeat of what happened. Now, again, be rooting for the Warriors that whole time, but I'm going to have to take the Lakers to advance to the conference finals as the 3 seed, where they will face the Oklahoma City Thunder. OKC, LA. These are the 2 best teams in the Western Conference. There's not much else to say about it. OKC's defense, literally insane. Lakers offense, they have 2 of the best scorers of all time. Luka Doncic is going to be one of the best scorers of all time. I mean, he's already a top player we've seen all the time. I'm not going to say top what, because I don't want to make an insane claim without thinking about it. But Luka Doncic is very, very good at basketball. Ron James is very great at basketball right now. I mean, you can't go against these two. I just, it's difficult because we don't know what OKC is going to bring you offensively outside of SGA, and the whistle is not going to be nice to SGA. However, SGA against the Lakers, he's going to be able to get downhill because they don't have a matchup for him. There's too many lob threats around the Thunder with Chet Holmgren and Isaiah Hartenstein. There's too much shooting around the team, and there's no shot blocker. SGA without a shot blocker is going to cakewalk to the rim and finish, and then he's going to get fouled sometimes too. I just don't see the Lakers having enough answers for SGA over a 7-game series, and I don't think that the Thunder are going to go home against the Lakers. Especially, listen, say what we want about the Thunder offensively. I have very big concerns about the Thunder offensively. I'm very vocal about it. But when I look at it this way, OKC has all of the makings to exploit bad matchups. Isaiah Hartenstein can be a force. He's going to be a great offensive rebounder. The Lakers aren't going to be able to get rid of those second chance points, right? Isaiah Hartenstein is going to generate so many second opportunities for this Lakers team. There's no way around it. He did it with the Knicks. He's going to do it again with the Thunder. Sorry. Then you look at Chet Holmgren. Never mind. Let's not even talk about Chet Holmgren. So I don't even know what we're going to get from him. But with all those second chance points and the Lakers not being able to eliminate that, OKC is going to have more chances. They're going to get more comfortable. And I think with all the mismatches that they can find with how Luka plays defense, with how Austin Reeves isn't a physical defender, I think the OKC Thunder, with the dogs that they have, they're going to be able to approach that defense and they're going to get easier looks. And not to mention, Luka and LeBron have turnover issues. They turn the ball over a lot. Thunder thrive off of that. So I'm going to pick the Oklahoma City Thunder to advance to the finals because I just look at the Lakers. Everything you love about the Lakers comes from offense, and everything you want to see for the Thunder is exactly what you'll see against the Lakers because they can generate points off turnovers against the Lakers as they're they have very ball dominant stars, and they have a very big turnover percentage. Like they're very prone to turnovers. It's that simple. And when you think about it that way, I think the Lakers are going to take the loss here in about 7 games. I think this will be a 7-game series. This is going to be entertaining. This is the conference finals I want to see. I think this is the conference finals we all want to see. It's that simple. OKC will make the NBA finals this year and redeem themselves from last year's tragic performance. Now on the Eastern Conference side of things, this is going to be much quicker in the first round because play-in teams, they don't stand a chance. I mean, Cleveland is going to walk all over the Hawks or whoever they play, and then the Celtics are going to walk all over the Magic. And it's that simple. But sorry if that was I didn't mean to yell there. We got Indiana versus Milwaukee round 2. I want the Bucks to win. I'm going to be rooting for the Bucks. Giannis is undeniable. I think Giannis is the most underrated player in the league right now. I think Giannis is going to average like 37 points per game this series. He's going to average like 37, 15, and 8. Damian Lillard, though, don't know if he's going to play. Bucks do have all the makings to win this series. They do have all the makings to make a run. I think they could beat Cleveland. I think they could beat Indiana. I think they could beat whoever. However, Indiana has more weapons. Indiana's a deeper team. The Bucks cannot defend anything. They couldn't defend what do you call it? A baby turtle, baby squirrel. They have no perimeter defense. Kevin Porter Jr., he's a great addition. He's been playing well. He's got to take over without Dame if Dame don't play. But Indiana, you got Halliburton. No one's going to be able to guard Halliburton. Everybody, Benedict Mathurin, no one's going to stop him. Neesmith, he's a 3-point shooter, but no one's going to stop him. Nembhard, no one's going to stop him. No one's going to stop anybody on the perimeter for Indiana because the Bucks are that good. It's literally that simple. I mean, what are you going to do about it? Milwaukee has no defensive help on the perimeter. Siakam could have a field day too, but Giannis will be guarding him. He'll have his hands full there. I just don't see a world where the Bucks win this. Call me pessimist, whatever. But the Bucks defense is just so horrible that I think Indiana's going to rip it to shreds. So yeah, I'm going to take Indiana in 6 games here. Hopefully Damian Lillard plays. Maybe my outlook will change, but yeah, I don't got any confidence in the Bucks defense, causing me to have no confidence in this team to win this series. Then we got New York Knicks versus Detroit. Knicks fans, Knicks, whoever is watching this, if the Knicks don't win this series, they need to really look in the mirror because, sure, the Pistons have a great story. The Pistons are the bad boys, but the Pistons are not as good of they don't have the players that the Knicks have. The Knicks have 2 all-NBA players. They have 2 all-defensive team players, and they got one of the best do-it-all players in the NBA. They have the better 5. I don't care anymore. Like, it's not the regular season anymore. You have the best 5 in a series. You get an off day or 2 in between every game. You got 5 guys that are better, substantially better at every position. Like, literally, the Pistons, now say what you want about Cade Cunningham, but Like, I love Cade Cunningham, but he's not better than Jalen Brunson right now. So and that's the only player that can really compete at any position. So you're gonna sit here and tell me that every single position in the starting five, the Knicks are better at, and they might lose the series. If that happens, the Knicks need to restart. Like this, it would be embarrassing if they lost to the Pistons. And I love everything about this Pistons team, but if they lose to the Knicks, I'm gonna be extremely disappointed. It's gonna baffle me. I love everything about Pistons. Cade Cunningham, he could take this series over. Dennis Schroeder, underrated piece. Jalen Duren, he's gonna have a big series. I just don't think. I mean, Malik Beasley, he's gonna shoot the ball well. I just don't think that the Pistons have enough firepower outside of Cade Cunningham to really beat the Knicks. But the Knicks have been suspect defensively and inconsistent all year. The Pistons will exploit Karl-Anthony Towns in the pick and roll. Karl-Anthony Towns in the pick and roll, he's virtually unplayable. He's really bad in the pick and roll, especially when Dennis Schroeder or Cade Cunningham is going to go at him. Jaden Ivey might come back. So I'll give the Knicks a grace period there, but they should not lose this series because every time you can get exploited by the pick and roll with Karl-Anthony Towns in it, you can exploit something on the other end with how good the five for the Knicks is. It's that simple. So if the Knicks don't win the series, I'm going to have a long detailed video on a lot of things about them, but they should win this in 6 games. And then obviously the Celtics over the Magic. We don't need to talk about that. So that leaves us with the This leaves us with the Cavs and Pacers in the upper quadrant. I really don't know who to pick here since I love Indiana. I think Indiana's going to be a scary team, but the Cavs are just so deep. It's that simple. I don't think the Pacers' defense is good enough to stop the Cavaliers' offense. The Cavs got too many weapons. They'll be well rested. I just don't know. I really want if the Pacers are playing the Celtics, I would definitely be more interested, and I'd definitely be like, okay, listen, we could talk about this. But I got Cleveland taking down Indiana. I wouldn't be surprised if Indiana won this series, though. I really do think the Indiana Pacers are a lot better than we give them credit for. And, I don't want to underrate them, but I also just don't think they're going to win this series against the Cavs. Again, if it was the Celtics, who knows? Speaking of the Celtics, they get to play the New York Knicks in the second round. New York Knicks, I really am curious about your matchups and game plan because Karl-Anthony Towns cannot guard in this series. We've seen this time and time again. There's a reason you lose to the top teams. Karl-Anthony Towns defensively in a pick and roll situation, absolutely cooked. And especially with a pick and pop threat and Porzingis. Now, if Porzingis don't play and Luke Cornett and Al Horford are the only 2 options, I mean, Al Horford, it will still be a bad matchup for Cat in the pick and pop situation. But Luke Cornett, it would be manageable. But the Celtics are going to look at Karl-Anthony Towns. They're going to be like, hey, come set a screen. Bucket. Sidestep 3, layup. You got to overhelp. Well, you already know what's going to happen. Corner 3. It's that simple. So I look at everything about this matchup and I just laugh. But Knicks do have the ability to put OG Anunoby on Jason Tatum, which they don't do. That's obviously the best matchup. Jaylen Brown dealing with injury. He's good to go, but that's something to note regardless. I don't think New York has enough to beat the Celtics. They're going to need a lot of luck, a lot of good fortune. But the Celtics have been dominating them even with injuries. What are they going to do against a fully healthy team? It's not going to be pretty, that's for sure. So I'm going to pick the Celtics to beat the Knicks. I don't really second guess myself here. I'm really going to be watching the Cavaliers Pacers since that series is going to be electric. But since I got the Cavs, I got the Celtics. That's the conference finals. I mean, we've all expected it. It's really this year, the 4 best teams in total, they're really apparent to me. Now, the Lakers, it could go, I think anyone can come out of that quadrant with Minnesota, Houston, Golden State, and LA. But I think it's pretty much chalky in the other 3 as OKC, Cleveland, and Boston. They're just too good. They've been the 3 best teams. I can't not pick them 3 to make the conference finals. I just can't not do it. Last year, I picked Dallas to make it to the conference finals. I can't do that this year. Yeah. Anyways, Cleveland versus Boston. Boston, Boston, Boston. You got all the answers. You got everything. I don't want Boston to win. Please don't let Boston win. I can't deal with the back-to-back Boston championship. Cleveland, I don't have confidence in you against Boston because you struggled against them even when they were depleted. Cleveland is very suspect in many areas that Boston loves to exploit. So definitely not a matchup for success in my eyes. So gotta go Boston here. Boston's gonna beat Cleveland and make it to the what do you call it? The NBA Finals. Yeah. It's gonna be Boston OKC. I really don't want to pick that. Like last year, I picked a very different matchup, but I got that right. I'm going to get it right this year because it's going to be OKC Boston. Both teams improved off of great seasons. More so, OKC improved. Boston just stayed the same, and a team in their conference got better. But Boston's been managing to stay dominant with all the injuries they've had. OKC's been dealing with injuries too. I don't see any team in their conferences beating them. I think it's going to be OKC Boston. Now, with this, I do have a lot of question marks about OKC because this team can actually defend in Boston. Drew Holiday, nightmare matchup for SGA. Jaylen Brown, a quality matchup for SGA. They're not going to have the pick and roll. There's the only thing I look at OKC as having the advantage here is offensive rebounding, knowing Isaiah Hartenstein. But OKC's defense and physicality, it will be a problem for certain Celtics players named Jason Tatum. But I think Boston's too good. Everything I said about the Knicks when I was talking about the Pistons series, it's amplified and even better for the Celtics. And the Celtics have the depth. It's just injuries are the only thing that can stop the Celtics right now. And as much as I hate to say it, Celtics are going to win back-to-back NBA championships. And it's gonna make me sick to my stomach. But yeah, Boston, you are going to the NBA Finals. You are going to win the NBA Finals over the Oklahoma City Thunder in 7 games. We'll have an entertaining 7 games, but yeah. Boston, NBA champions. Once again, they repeat. But yeah, God forbid that happens. Please don't let that happen. I'm only picking them so it don't happen. It's not going to be like last year. I'm not going to get back-to-back NBA Finals, right? Am I? We'll see. But yeah, Boston Celtics are NBA champions. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you want to know who the most important player on every NBA playoff team is, well, click on the video at the end of the screen. Y'all stay safe. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Bye.